Hey y'all, what it is, what's up? It's your girl Brittany. I'm back. I'm better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. All right, y'all, come on, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, skipping, hopping, leaping. We doing a deggy bow, our deggy yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, without further ado, let's go and get into today's video. So, first things first, I definitely had made a decision in my mind that I was going to start reviewing Joseline's Cabaret after the last episode. This hoe want to go viral doing bitch, what we doing, the staring contest? I said, let me go watch it. And not only did I watch it because of that, I also watched it because of y'all, but I will say this. Next season, y'all probably is not gonna see me review it if the trailer is not bomb. Like I'm telling y'all, if the first episode they not coming in on some different type of storylines, I'm not gonna watch it. Just I'm not, because I feel as though the whole season has been about Chinx and the new girls getting bullied, and I'm over those storylines. I will say, as soon as I was about to give up on them, that's when Danny called out the OGs, but then, turns around and fight Chinx. Weird. So, I see progression happening, but they are about to wrap it up soon. So I did tell myself, like, I'm going to just go and do the rest of the season because they are about to wrap it up soon. So this is for y'all. I love y'all. And because Joseline went viral, I made the review. So we start off with G Baby getting eliminated by Joseline. Basically said that, she didn't fight enough for her. And because her ass only came here to dance and not entertain and dance, Joseline don't want to be bothered. And they do say, she did like good tricks and stuff like that, but they didn't say like she was the best dancer. Like she wasn't up there with Neek and Kanaya. So with her not being up there with them, I guess, she was sloppy on certain things, or they feel like they could go without her on certain things because she's not bringing anything to the show, maybe to the cabaret, but not to the show overall. And it does seem as though Joseline is getting rid of all the new girls. Like, girl, what the hell do they all come here for? And I get it too, to an extent. Like, it's a TV show. I just came here to dance. Okay, you think you're on Dance Moms? You think you're on Dancing Dolls? This ain't where you just come and dance. This is where you fight and then you dance, okay? Simple. It's rules and regulations to the show. Now, one thing that irritated me, I don't like Daz, is Daz petting her like she was a dog. That did irritate me because, like, petting her is insane. Now, G Baby does her goodbye. She ends up saying that she wasn't expecting to do all this fighting. I said, girl, did you watch any of the other seasons? Do you watch Zeus? Like, what are you talking about? You didn't think that you was gonna be doing all this fighting, all this chaotic stuff, all this drama. That's the purpose of the damn show. Stupid. So we move on to the next scene with the sprinter, and basically Neat confronts Kanaya, ends up letting her know that she heard from Daz and them that she felt like she can dance better than her. She was gonna take her spot. Neek, you on the thinnest ice. You over here having a staring competition with a bitch. You was over here just crying. You was getting compared to her mama, and you worried about somebody saying they might can take your spot and dance better than you. I ain't even seen Kanaya take off the wig yet, let alone dance. And my thing is this, Jocelyn got a soft spot for you. And instead of you trying to confront Kanaya, I think that you should have been really like honing your skill and doing your thing instead of trying to confront her about if she said that she was gonna take your spot or not. I think you directing a lot of your anger in the wrong places because Jocelyn keep little girl and you. We move on to Lexi, and basically the OGs just jumping on her because they feel as though she owes them more loyalty because she's known them for a year and she shouldn't have tried to break up the fight. Y'all, they so weird. All she did was try to break it up. They act like she was hitting them. She jumped in a fight to help Kanaya. Like, She didn't do any of that. So it's really not that serious. It's not a big deal. And my thing is too, Lexi has been like here and there for the show. You really ain't too much seen her. Um, but obviously the score of women are getting lower. Y'all are in certain cliques, and I don't think they put Lexi in the clique. In my opinion, it does seem as though it's Neek, Erica, Dez, Oceans, maybe maybe T Love in Egypt here and there, but they not right in the clique. And maybe not Danny, but the Voodoo Girl. So the rest of them is sprinkled, so they gotta kind of find friends where they can find friends at. And I think Lexi got with Kanaya because Kanaya ain't got nobody either, so they close. Now, one thing I like about Chinx, I do feel as though Chinx is a show. I'm not gonna lie to you, Chinx is a show for me. She gonna run her face. She gonna call them out. She gonna let it be known she ain't here to make friends. She don't like none of them. Like, she be on time, man. I do think sooner than later they gonna make her go home. I don't think she gonna last the whole season. Even if she do, I think Joseline gonna make her go home at one point. I really do. But she ends up calling out Sky. She like, how you gonna try to fight me or jump me with the same folks who jumped and whooped your ass? Sky told me something. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Mind your business. Chinx looked at her. What do you want to do? Sky, get up. I don't mind Chinx getting that with Sky because Sky is weird to me, in my opinion. Like, regardless of if y'all all got cool or not, you initiated in or not, I'm not jumping to help them fight. It's no way I'm jumping to help them fight when all them was just jumping me not too long ago. It's after I showed them that I whooped their ass, they stopped messing with me. Like, no, no, cause no, we're not doing that. So they get defined. Round one, I'm gonna get a Chinx. Chinx was macking. Round two, I'm gonna get a Sky. I feel like Sky was in there round two. She was like, hold on. So they start the sprint, they get to the hotel. Sky ends up letting it be known she gonna call her brother on security because securities was grabbing her arms. Now, I don't think that she was calling her brothers or nothing. Cause girl, security, all them men versus maybe two or three, four brothers. No. And two, if you want to be on Joseline Cabaret, what you really like calling your brothers on security? Like, girl, that wouldn't have worked out for you. So they move on to the next day, and Ocean and Chinx is going back and forth about the tour. Like, this is the mini tour versus the big tour or whatever. But Chinx gets right down to business and lets it be known that she's getting all three of them, aka Dez, Dez, Erica, and Oceans. And I'm so excited for her to get them bitches. And I hope Joseline lets her get them one by one. Now we get on the other bus, and Lexi was just taking up for herself, basically just saying, she did nothing wrong. She was just trying to break the fight up. T Love ends up saying that Kanaya did not jump and Lexi fight. Lexi fight was the first day. Kanaya didn't even know that girl. Why would she jump in that? And honestly, they had to force Kanaya to fight anyway. So what is she jumping in there for? And T Love told him, I told you every time, I was gonna have your back. Neither one of y'all have had each other back the whole season. I only feel like T Love hasn't had to have anybody back. Egypt has had her back for her because T Love be getting tore most of the time in her face this whole season. She been getting like beat up. And Lexi, got her fade off the first episode. And after that, she ain't got into no more fights since. Until she get to fight with the other girl in the next episode. I forgot her name. Maybe her name, not Danny, but it's the other one. Andrea. I can't never remember Andrea's name. She is so annoying. Now, when Danny ends up breaking down on the bus, basically just telling them that they are mean girls and, they do make people feel uncomfortable. And the only why she's really gotten to the new girls is because they won't accept her and they don't like her. That really came from a place of wanting to be accepted. In my opinion, she wants them to like her. She wants them to be cool with her. But she know they only really like talking to her and stuff because they want her to be on their side right now. The fact that she got the crying and all that, I said, oh, she feeling it for real. She's actually feeling it. Like she really wants to be accepted by these girls, and these girls don't like her like that. Now they get in front of Joseline, and Ocean's called Chinx out in front of Joseline. Now my thing was when she asked you to fight on the bus, it was, oh, we not doing that right now. But in front of Joseline, you need that. I don't like Oceans. I really don't care for her. But y'all already know that. Good. And now we get to the parts. So Jocelyn then calls out Nick for promoting the show, which the show was really good. Even on the episode, the show was fire. The show was everything. But she like, you don't be promoting, you promote one time, da da da. Nick was like, I promoted 4 times. Jocelyn said, what you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? Good, then they get to staring at each other. Good, that man put the crickets in the sound effects. Good. She said, what we doing, a staring contest? Ho? She was like, what do you want me to say? I'm just looking. Girl, Neek don't know what to say. She really do not want to lose her job. Her job is on the line. But Jocelyn is, over her. I definitely feel like Jocelyn, if this was old Jocelyn would have slapped the dog out of Neek. She would have slapped Neek to the floor, to the ground. You can just tell, like, if she was where she used to be, you know what I'm saying? Arm on nose. Girl, hand on nose, girl. Nick would have been on the floor by now. Would have been to the ICU a long time ago. Okay, you could tell like she do not care for Nick right now, and I think it's a thing of like she want to let Nick know she don't run nothing over here, which I do understand that. So I think she going so hard on Nick to let Nick know and everybody else know she don't give out no favoritism. Like any of y'all can get left. So they end up finding out that Chinx is telling folks what's going on the show, whole bunch of that, the phone situation, whatever. I don't know who she was telling it to, but okay. But in the midst of that, Danny then hits Chinx. I feel like that was corny. And I feel like that was a way of her trying to let the other OGs know, like, hey, I'm y'all friend. Like, I'm good now. I want to be cool. I don't think she hit her because Chinx lied to her. I think it was more about wanting them to accept her. Because I definitely thought that was corny. So they go into the rehearsal space, and Danny just staring at Chinx. They staring each other down. Baby, Joseline and that man don't play. They said if y'all fight, baby, y'all will be gone. Like, I'm not playing that. And you could just tell Joseline is taking her craft, her music seriously. Like, okay, the show is over. Now, come in here and show me what you got. This really why y'all here, but come and show me what you got. I'm not going to be dealing with all that. Y'all can do all that later. Now, before we move on from this scene, Nick is starting to get on my nerves. I do kind of see what they saying about her just being cocky, and you know how she think her shit don't stink for real. She's talking about some Kanaya. I think we supposed to be up here, or this is my spot, and da da da. Oh, this how you do it. You turn this way. I see why Jocelyn's putting her place, but with Joseline doing all that, then she's taking her frustration out on everybody else. And it is making it an intensive work environment. Now they end up going back to the hotel to go and get ready for the show. And I don't even know what Dez was talking about, to be honest. I didn't even put it in my notes. But Dez ends up saying that somebody can't hang with them because they be on positive energy. Girl, I had to stop the iPad and 15 seconds back because who be on positive energy? Not you hoes. Y'all is the most negative bullies. Like, girl, bye. And Dad can't even fight like that. But because she got backup now, she got Neek, she knows she can really kind of do what she want to do. And she been getting away with it all season. Now, we end up seeing like a little snippet of Kanaya before she gets to talking to Neek and all them. You can just tell she overwhelmed. I feel as though she's kind of regretting her decision a little bit by being bothered with these folks. Cause I think it's just a lot for her. Like, I don't think that she, out of all the new girls, really signed up for this. Like, how much real drama goes into this. You know, how these girls is picking on certain people. And I think that, she is getting to her breaking point. Even though she is one of the ones who went on tour with Joseline, I do think, to an extent, she's at her breaking point. But I understand why they are picking on her, because she in the front. She won the new girls. She won the best dancer. So obviously they picking on her because she really can dance. She's good at what she does. And, a lot of them are still in the back. So that does make sense. And I think they need to speak on that more, how a lot of the OGs are in the back and they are jealous that they not in the front, can't get solos. These new girls is, doing circles around them in a way. And I think that's another reason why Dez is threatened by Kanaya's presence. Not only is she getting into it with Joseline, or Joseline, little girl in her, but also too, it's a great dancer coming on here. Not even good, but great dancer come on here. She polish up her look a little bit more. Bitch, you probably out of a job. And you want to be Miss Young Diva. And they not going for that. So I think that's why she keep kind of getting into it with Kanaya. But Kanaya has every right to say that she's a great dancer, that she's the best dancer. Like, she has every right to be confident in herself and everything. And I'm with Lexi. Like, girl, who cares? Why can't both of y'all be confident? Why can't both of y'all be great dancers? Nika's overdoing it, and she is yelling. She yelling the whole time while she's talking to that girl. Like, no, she needs to be slapped. But overall, the show was really good. I watched the whole show through. It really was good. But that's all I got for y'all in this one. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye.